Welcome to A Word of Hope for Saturday of the 16th week in Ordinary Time. My name is Father Jordan DeGuire in Grand Rapids, Michigan. You know, in the ancient world, the gods were often these fearsome figures, powerful, mighty, able to impose their will on human beings kind of whenever and wherever. We might think of Zeus and Ares in the Greek world, or Jupiter and Saturn in Rome, and the gods of the ancient Near East, Israel's neighbors, Babylon and Assyria, were even worse. Even in the Old Testament, we often get these somewhat frightening images of God, the mighty one, the powerful one, the holy one. How many times in the Old Testament do we hear someone say, "Who can look on the face of God and live?" And yet, how different a description we get in the gospel reading for today. Jesus, quoting from the prophet Isaiah, says about Jesus that he will not contend or cry out, nor will anyone hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, a smouldering wick he will not quench. It's this wonderful image of gentleness, of meekness, of tenderness, that when Jesus comes to us, he comes as one who is gentle, compassionate, merciful. In Christ, God himself, the Son of God, has drawn near to us. And so he is the mighty one, the holy one, the creator and ruler of the universe. But it's also true that a bruised reed he will not break, a smoldering wick he will not quench. You know, we can worry that when we draw near to God, when he draws near to us, that we're going to lose something of who we are, that we'll be hurt by that encounter, that we will be crushed, that we will be quenched. And what the prophet Isaiah, what the gospel is saying to us today, is that this is not the case. That in Christ, God doesn't come to dominate us, to control us, to force himself upon us. He comes to heal us, to raise us up, to come to approach and heal that bruised reed, that smoldering wick, and bring it to everything it was made to be. He comes to fight, yes, but to fight the sin that would hold us down and defeat us and dominate us. And he does this above all through his cross and resurrection, when he lays down his life for us, when he shows just how far he's willing to go in his love for us. And every time we celebrate Mass, every time we come to the altar, we remember that love. This is my body given for you. This is my blood poured out for you. God comes not to break us, not to crush us, but to heal us and to raise us up. He shows his love for us on the cross. He shows his love for us every time we celebrate Mass. And in turn, he calls us to love like him.